next
Your
story,
weekly comment, yes.
Yes, the GT3 RS. So Toy Story. We're all familiar with Toy Story. We love the characters from Toy Story. Toy Story 5 is coming out relatively soon. And Porsche has partnered with Pixar to make 3 unique 911s to raise money for charity. And they're done in liveries to pay homage to each character. So Buzz gets a GT3 RS, which I think looks... I'm shocked at how much I like it. I'll come back to that in a second.
Yeah,
Jesse gets a Targa 4S, and Woody gets a Carrera T. And now this isn't the first time they've done this. Of course, Porsche also did Sally from Cars. Like, they've worked with Pixar to do stuff like this before. And they're selling these to raise money for charity. But the thing, like, to me is, like, if you told me on paper what this GT3 RS looks like, I would go, like, that is the ugliest thing ever created. Kill it with fire. But I don't know if it's nostalgia or just that Buzz's colors really work that well together. But it looks so cool. The interior in particular, like, with, like, the purple of, like, Buzz on the seats and stuff, and, like, this red, like, check pattern on the wing.
The other two don't quite look as good, but I think that this one looks really good.
Yeah, I agree. This is the one of the 3 that looks the best for sure. But I don't know. I think this is really fun and cool. Like, it doesn't feel trite to me. Like, I don't know. It just, like, really works in a fun and interesting way. I think kids will freak out about this too.
Kids will freak out. I have a heartwarming story to tell you about Porsche. I have a private Instagram where I post pictures of my family. I don't post it publicly, and some of my old Porsche colleagues are on that because they were friends of mine and still are. And my kids are obsessed with Toy Story, and that gets posted. And Porsche reached out. My old colleagues at Porsche reached out and said, look, this was about a month ago. They said, we're making these Toy Story Porsches. And we're going to take them on, like, a little tour of the country before we sell them to sort of raise awareness. It's with Toy Story. They said, can we bring them to San Diego? We saw your kids love Toy Story. Can we bring them to San Diego so your kids can check them out? And unfortunately, they weren't. They were, like, getting done right before we were leaving to come to the East Coast. And I said, we're not going to be able to make it happen. But it's a shame because my kids would have been absolutely obsessed. But it's a sweet story, and I do think that kids are going to be obsessed with it. And the Sally Carrera car or cars sold for crazy money.
3.6 million.
Yeah. Which was a charity auction, yeah.
Yeah, it was a write-off for somebody in the end, but yeah, it's.
But still, like, this is a cool thing, and I think it's a cool tie-in, and I'm excited to see it happen. I think that this Pixar Porsche thing is sort of a ridiculous thing, but how can you complain when it's for charity, you know?
Right, exactly, and it's fun. I think one of the weirdest things to me, or one of the most, like, insane things, is that the tires are special from Goodyear. They actually say Lightyear on them instead of Goodyear. Like, Goodyear made a special cast for the tire, so, like. God, imagine having to replace those tires eventually. So nobody will. They would just be on the original tire. You can't replace them.
You got to pull them off and save them.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, at my takeovers, we just do tire stickers. You can get little stencils and spray them on.
In the Cars movies, the tires on the cars say Lightyear. It was like a throwback to this movie. Yeah, Nick, your takeovers and your political rallies, and we know Nick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, not all of us can walk around barefoot on Brown University or whatever you're doing this summer. You know?
What are you talking about?
You're actually almost barefoot yourself.
Look, I know we got to end early for your sound bath and meditation session, so we should probably go to the next news. But
Nick, one thing I heard about you and I would like to discuss is I hear you hired a summer intern.
Yes, I'm so pumped on this. Okay, so everyone that. Like, you have 9 cars, you know, obviously it gets to be a lot of work when you have too many cars, especially if you buy rougher examples of nicer cars like I like to do. College is out, or, you know, what have you, school is out.
For summer.
Depending on the grade level, for the summer. And so there's a lot of kids, you know, there's not a lot of jobs, AI, all that stuff. They're looking for stuff to do. So I hit up my neighbor Blake and said, hey, you know, I got some odd jobs around the house. I've mostly used him to smog cars that are... currently registered in states between Idaho and Wyoming. I don't want to make a dated reference here, but it hit me when Nick was talking about, because he brought this up in our group chat a couple of weeks ago, our text group chat with me and Kenan and Nick and a few other people. He brought this up, and it hit me then, and I'm going to make the reference now. Nick is Kramer. Remember when Kramer hired an intern?
Yes.
And the intern would, like, walk around following him and, like, take notes. And Nick is Kramer. He's an idiot. And he does crazy things, and now he's got a summer intern. And that's what Nick is. He's like the crazy neighbor who's insane and is always doing crazy things. And that is Nick's situation. So, of course, he's hired a summer intern to help out with his tremendously difficult life.
Well, it's I hadn't even considered that was what,
But you agree now.
I agree now.
Everyone needs a summer intern. Once you have one, there's no going back. I'm not offering him any credits or certificates at the end of this program. However, I am paying him in cash money.
What are you throwing him, Nick? What are you throwing him?
I offered him $50 an hour, which I think was aggressive. And so I've since walked it back to like 40. Like I shortchanged him on the last job a little bit. Sorry, Blake. But like I'm mostly just having him, like I drove the car to the smog. I had him drive it to the upholstery shop to get some samples. Like it ain't very hard work here. Like the dudes, I had him wash a car, my wife's car. I'm going to have him help me like hang some things up. Like it's not exactly like difficult labor here.
Man, Nick's car blog has staff.
No, we're Rashawn Media LLC. Okay, I'm a little bit behind Ken and R, but we're a business.
You need to understand, Nick's car blog is a property of Rashawn Media. Okay,
Yes.
So there's Rashawn Media, and then there's Nick's car blog, which employs Nick, and then there's the summer intern. There's a lot to this.
I'm sorry, I did not understand the nuances of Kramerica Industries here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
Look, we are a multi-state business.
Are we going to make our own pies soon?
We have locations. We have locations in California and Montana.
That's right. That's right.
And you want to be my
We may be expanding to Florida next. We'll see.
Anyway,
Gonna
I'm
live
pumped
there
for your summer
180
intern.
2 days a year.
Keep us posted with how he does, Nick. It's great. I think this is great news for all the people out there who have got too many cars and need some help.
Blake, if you're listening, I'm not making any promises, but let's just say there could be a promotion on the horizon. Let's keep up the good work. Right?
Let's say once you graduate from whatever community college you're at, you might be promoted to full-time intern. There may be a chance.
There's an unpaid internship at the end of this paid internship if we're on.
What he should do, he should publish his experiences of being Nick Rochon's intern.
Yeah, well, people always ask me, like, how do you do all this stuff? You got a full-time job, blah, blah, blah. Interns.
We got interns. We're hiring. We're farming out work. That's great. Nick, I'm really thrilled. You're going to be really excited when your kids get old enough that you can make them do the stuff.
Yeah, that would be nice. Right now, Ryder did help me with a project, my 4-year-old. And then I had all the hardware on the ground and he tripped over it. And I still can't find bolts that are missing. And it's like, this is not good.
On that subject, I bought for the kids here, I bought one of those ride-on Power Wheels, and it's a Lexus Overtrail Lexus. Like I want, but I can't have it, so I got it for my kids. Excellent. And we put it together, and we have 4 kids under 5 right now in our house. There's friends visiting, and there's kids everywhere. And we are still looking for the passenger mirror. Everyone was trying to help me, and which involves, when it's a 2-year-old trying to help, they basically just, they drop stuff and they take something and run away with it. And we've had the car for a week and a half. We've done deep cleans of the house. We cannot find the passenger mirror. The current theory is that the passenger mirror was placed inside of the seat before I screwed it into the car, and it's been lost forever.
That's excellent.
That's the problem. But someday we'll get to what I really need is a summer intern.
Well, it's a Montespecchio, like the Testarossa. You just got that one mirror on the driver's side.
Unfortunately, it's only on the passengers. The mirror we have is the passenger side. You're right. We're missing the driver's mirror.
All right, I got a special treat for you. This Saturday, June 13th, join our very own Ryan Lopez at Gillies Auto Lounge in San Diego for the Avance Online Auction Summit, featuring cars and bids and experts from across the industry. There'll be open Q&A, morning bites, and beverages, all at 10 a.m. Saturday at Gillies Auto Lounge. And one more thing. This is a charity auction. Right now on Cars and Bids, we're auctioning a 2-day high-performance driver education course for 2 at the Radford Racing School, the official high-performance driving school of Dodge SRT. With roots going back to the legendary Bob Bondurant, this place is awesome. Skid car training, high-speed braking, advanced autocross, the works. It's no reserve, and every dollar, including our buyer's fee, is donated to the Peterson Automotive Museum. Check out the description below.